So I've been on YouTube for over 10 years now, published over 700 videos, gaining around 12,000 subscribers total over my 2 channels. And I've received tens of thousands of dollars worth of outdoor adventure gear sent to me by brands, along with generating over 2.3 million views and quite a few unexpected connections with like-minded people from all walks of life. And all of that is because of YouTube. I'm really noticing a shift in my own journey because it's been quite a long time. Everything's starting to click and it feels right. But something happens to me that I would never have expected, and it's kind of why I think people should start a YouTube channel if that's something they're considering. You see, there are quite a few ways to make money on YouTube, and from my online business I've done over $10,000 months in the past with a few income streams, all starting from the YouTube channel. Most of that was earned on my blog though back in the day, and it generated over $500,000 in sales for brands as well. There's quite a few ways to make money on YouTube these days. A lot of people are striving to get AdSense monetized. You have affiliate income, and there's sponsorships as well. Just got an email back regarding sponsorships. Some exciting news. Along with selling your own products, your own digital and physical products. If you guys are interested in the possibility of cooking some incredible food on your adventures, no matter where you go, then definitely check this out. I'll have a link down below for more information. I'm still on the journey myself, and I'm not quite where I want to be yet. I've moved more into full-time on YouTube, and I'm committed to doing weekly videos. So if you guys are watching for the first time and you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because I'll be putting out more videos just like this one consistently as I move forward on this journey. But I hit publish on my YouTube journey 10 years ago at the age of 18.
Hey, what's going on? It's Codey here.
And I was a kid who was filming, I think the first video was me filming measuring a men's polo shirt to sell on eBay. It was at the time when I had discovered buying and selling, and this is where my journey started. I started picking up the camera without even really knowing what I was doing. It was an intuitive feeling to just pick it up and start documenting my life, following a deeply seated curiosity to tell stories without even really knowing it at the time. I was inspired by the likes of Raking Profit, The College Picker, and The Bonafide Hustler. Those guys really inspired me to start YouTube back in the day, and shout out to those guys because I really owe a lot to them. And I saw what they were doing, and I wanted to do something like that. I don't know why I did.
The first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you have your safety net,
And then it's pain after that.
you're just breaking away.
Or I don't know how I was going to, but I just wanted to. So I just started picking up the camera and filming these videos. I just started documenting my adventures as I went to op shops and thrift stores, and I documented the things that I picked up and shared with everyone how much, I could sell them for and all that kind of stuff. And it was a time in my life where I was capturing everything and just experimenting. Just building, documenting, creating anything that I experience in life and sharing that with you guys, resulting in outcomes that I wouldn't even imagine in my most wildest of dreams. And as I sit here today and reflect on what has been my journey so far, I realized that just hitting record wasn't just about capturing the moment. It was also a mirror of self-optimization, self-development. And when I think about it, YouTube has become my greatest personal growth tool. Because as a kid, I was really shy and quiet. I had no friends, and I had a very rich internal world. But no one ever really got to see it, or I never really got the opportunity to share it with anyone. And the camera acted as a friend or some kind of opportunity for me to explore my ideas and actually express them and put them out into the world. And it provided me a solid foundation to explore myself and to find what really makes me tick. And I've been lost on this journey that we all call life, like I'm sure so many of us have felt before, not knowing what we were put on this earth to do, and having to navigate the complexities of trying to figure that out. Some people never do, and that's fine. But I felt like there was something inside of me that was trying to pull itself out of me, and I had to explore that. Creating something to justify living a proactive life based in exploratory curiosity, presence, and listening to my own intuition. To, as I say, explore what lay within for me to bring it out into the world and to express that. I like to think of it as a buffet. Like, how do you really know what you like if you don't try all the options? And I like to think that I was filling my plate with as many things as possible, and when I found what I liked, I went back for seconds. Broadening our surface area perspective of interests to find what we really like, shining light on that and honoring it to bring it out into the world. And I like to think this is authentically chasing our curiosity. And when I look back, it's resulted in this skill set stack of storytelling, video capturing, producing, whatever you want to call it, to editing, amongst many other skills that you learn when you make YouTube videos. And I was just talking to my YouTube coach this week actually about this specific mindset that people who are starting a YouTube channel should have. And I think it's a mindset that separates successful YouTubers from those who fail. And it all comes back to not falling in the numbers trap. It's an arbitrary illusion. And I think it's something that has prisoned me on my journey as well. I put many hours into producing some videos that I've made in the past, some that have taken 2 months to create. I pour my heart and soul into it. And then when it comes time to hitting publish, you only get 200, 300 views. You get discouraged, and then you don't make anything for months.
Codey, just fucking, heavyweight boxer this shit. Codey, I think if I can get you into this mindset of just muscling your way through creation, then eventually you'll get a 10, 20K view video, And I think you're starting to tap into it now.
Committing to weekly uploads no matter what, making a commitment to myself that this is what I'm doing. Focus solely on the output and unattached to the views. And when you think like that, eventually you're gonna get the views, paradoxically. It's finding a balance. What I'm finding lately is when I put deadlines on things, what is in your heart generally and genuinely comes out. Becoming honest by accident, because this is something that I've always struggled with on this channel, is authenticity. Making because I think it's something that's going to get me the views rather than making because I want to make it. The approach moving forward is a balance between making a video that is titled like this because it's interesting. People are looking for this right now. But I'm sitting here in a very authentic, one-on-one way, connecting with you from my heart and my soul and my spirit. What I'm alluding to is why. Why do you want to make YouTube videos? For me, I like to think it's not about fame and it's not about the views. It's about the sacred act of creation and connection. And yeah, maybe for some, it is about the fame. It is about the recognition. It is about the love they're seeking from others to acknowledge their work. What I'm here to do on this channel is to seek deep, genuine connection. Creating and expressing from my truest self. Because being anything else doesn't sustain in the long term. I've done it before where I fell off the path doing something that was shadow orientated to my truest essence, or what I was kind of really here to do. And it's funny, you burn out because of it, because it's not really aligned. And what I'm noticing lately, the more that I come from this authentic space, I have this deep internal fire and drive that is inexhaustible. And if you are a creator, I think there's always going to be that ghost town period, but don't let that phase you. Trust your message, your essence, and your story. Because if you can stay true to your story and who you are and carrying that through, it's inevitable. we always maybe try to copy others because we see what works and we want to imitate or just create that because it's done well in the past. I think there's a fine medium, as that old saying goes, good artists copy, great artists steal. It has some merit in the sense that there are some YouTubers that I really look up to, some beautiful storytellers that I admire, and I take a little bit from each and every one of them and filter it through the uniqueness of myself, creates something that's unique. But I also think the trick to it as well is to package it in the language that resonates with the masses, if you want to get your message out there, into what people want, and then elevating it through your message and through what you have to tell. And when you start showing up consistently, from my own experience vlogging every day for a year back in Japan and also in Australia, to recent times now with me committing to this weekly, while also showing up authentically, many opportunities, friendships and collaborations just land in my lap simply because I shared what I was curious about. It puts it out into the world, and you never know who watches your videos. I'm truly blessed to be able to reflect on my journey so far and look at all those comments, and I often find myself flicking through them and reading them from time to time to really acknowledge and express my gratitude for how many people I've reached out to and connected to through my videos from many walks of life. But I like to think of YouTube as this time capsule. Lately, as I look back again and watch my older videos, some from over 10 years ago, I've forgotten who that kid was. And there's beautiful, like very micro moments that I would have forgotten if I didn't pick up the camera and capture it. And it's a humbling reminder to acknowledge that we are reinventing ourselves on a moment by moment basis. However, it seems that in real time, that progress, that change, that shift, that growth trajectory is very minuscule, and it's something that is very unnoticeable in the moment. So slow that sometimes we might not even recognize how far we've come. Overestimating what we can do in a year, but cannot fathom the results that we gather in 5 to 10 years from now. And this leads to what I wanted to talk about, which is legacy. And I wrote something down about legacy after I looked up the etymology of it. The word legacy originally meant a body of a person sent on a mission. It wasn't about what you leave behind, but what you send forward. I love that because that's exactly what creating on YouTube is all about. Your videos are like your ambassadors that you send out into the world, carrying your message, carrying your perspectives and your discoveries forward. Each upload is as if it's commissioned with purpose. And sometimes it's a purpose that you don't even fully understand right now. And I guess I'm just captivated by the multitude of legacy that YouTube generates. You got a personal legacy, an interpersonal legacy, and then there's a legacy of something else. Personal, I mean what I've been talking about, right? It's just being able to look back on your old videos and watch a day in the life, for example, of yourself 8 years ago, and just look at the person you were, the way you carried yourself, the beliefs you had, comparing that to the present moment you right now with the understanding of what you have about yourself in this moment, and hopefully being proud of the gap that's there. And then you have interpersonal, which is kind of like friends, family, loved ones. I started YouTube in a way to document my adventures so that my family back home could watch and see what I was up to. And I always like this idea of thinking about imagining watching my grandparents on YouTube. If they were YouTubers, and if YouTube was around when they were growing up, what it might be like to watch them live their life, seeing how they lived. I think that is just so cool. But something happened to me that I would never have expected, and it's kind of why I think people should start a YouTube channel if that's something they're considering. And it boils down to the connections that you make on this journey and the impact of sharing your perspective with the world. And I'm just not quite sure how to quantify that still. The ability to be able to send information out into this invisible field, if we're to get really specific about it. Other people watching it that you would never have met before. It just blows my mind that people not too long ago only knew the people that lived in their immediate ecosystem or their immediate environment in their town and never knew anyone outside of that. Now in this new world, we're able to share our ideas, our interests, our passions, what we love to express, and just pump it out into this field. And whoever resonates, whoever aligns to what we have to share, we can attract them into our ecosystem and create a connection. And that just blows my fucking mind. And for me, if my work and my videos create a positive, orientating ripple in the lives of others, then that is the benchmark of a life well lived, no matter how big or small that impact may be. And I think all of us have the ability to do that. All this started from deciding to pick up a camera one day and to capture life in all its raw, unfiltered, messy and imperfect ways, although this looks pretty perfect. And watching that younger Codey inspired the Codey of today. It just blew my mind. And it really got me thinking about the intangible, incalculable effects that we have on individuals, on communities, and potentially the world. I've often always had the tendency to underestimate the effects that my presence has on the world and that our own presence can have on those around us. I think it's beautiful to realize and acknowledge those who have benefited from our existence. And I mean genuinely. But what makes it even more magical is the unknown, vast, and often unseen impact that we've had on others. And this is enough to document life, to capture it, and to package that into something that someone can witness, creating beautiful scenes. The moon's out right now. And showing people what you saw, how you saw it, filtered through your own unique perspective. Breathing in and claiming this human existence is worthy of being noticed. And compounded over a lifetime, the effects are just incalculable. And there is no greater time than right now. And I want to invite you to answer the call. If starting a YouTube channel is something that you've been thinking about for some time, I want to give you the opportunity to jump on a free call with me. I'm opening up opportunities for people to jump on a call. I just want to get to know you guys and connect on a deeper level, to just catch up and have a chat and get to know you. And if you're keen, check out the link down below and I'll see you there.
It just goes to show, just keep going, because on the other side there's going to be that perfect view. Like, I know it sounds corny and everything, but you just got to be persistent. You just got to keep going. And eventually you'll get that view and that reward at the end of all your hard work. You just got to keep going. You can't give up. You come so far, why give up now? The sun's out, it's beautiful. And hopefully shortly I will enjoy a nice view. But we'll see what happens. We'll keep going, we'll be persistent, we won't give up, and we'll try our hardest. And we'll see what happens. So thanks again guys for watching. See you in the next one.